Just so that this income and adjustments to income, yeah. Mhm. Rental estate, real estate, royalties, partnership, S corporation, trust, C, and attached Schedule E, yeah. Other income, list, type, and amount. hmm And then certain business expenses of reservists, performing artists, and fee-based government officials, yeah. Then the health savings accounts, the moving expenses. You know, let's say that you didn't pay enough income taxes. You're in the family, and your thought was somebody else pays this. Yes. Name shown on the form 1040. Yep. If it's your name, you're paying it. But a lot of you that have been employed, yes. You have known of certain crimes where there's been a reluctance to enforce the laws. Yeah. Why don't you have my sons come over here to the cafeteria and why don't you speak to Marilyn? Because my thought is that anytime that you have an obligation to enforce the laws, yeah, and you decide you're not going to do it, and you're going to pay taxes on what you guesstimate is your actual tax liability, I can probably sue your CPA, your tax preparer. Which, see, they have an obligation to know who you are when filling out your tax forms. Yeah. Now, let's say you're a police officer. You're in whatever city of the United States. Yes. And you know of the kidnapping, of the fraud, forgery, treason, and war crimes. Yeah. And you're sitting there with your tax preparer. Yes. And he says, yep, you're a police officer. Oh. And your actual employment is the enforcement of the laws. But can't tell you much. So you go ahead and you file your taxes. Yes. Knowing I have the right to sue you. Mm. You do know that, don't you? Yes. And instead of putting zero assets, yes, you put down your IRA deduction. Yeah, that should have been money that was paid to me. Yes. Your student loan payments. Yes, that was money that should have been paid to me. Your what's a deductible self-employment tax? Yeah, that was money that I should have received. Yes. And then these part-time businesses of fee-based government officials. Yeah. Get me all the fee-basis government officials. See, it sounds like a court officer. Yes, like a police officer. Right. And for everything that you paid in taxes that I should have received, can I go back to the IRS and say, oops, they did know I had the right to sue them, and instead of allowing me to do that, they decided to pay their income taxes. Now let's think about it. November 15th of 2015, I emailed, yes, the Sequim, Port Angeles, and Port Townsend Police Departments. Yes, I said the petitioner didn't sign the protection order. Right. I said I was not given any due process. Right. And then I said you issued it for 10 years. Now, 6 weeks after informing you of that, you decided to make a fake crime? Yeah. That there was a fake victim? Yes. And I was the fake perpetrator? Yes. And it was fake law enforcement? Right. As if it was a fake judiciary? Oh, the Kangaroo Court of Clallam County. Uh-huh. Refused to acknowledge that I was on the bus that morning. Right. I was at the library. Oh. Now, of all the income taxes you have paid, yes, since, really July 2nd of 2011, oh, I'm going to want to know how much I can sue the IRS for. See, when you pay taxes on income that you should not have received, yeah, because you should have been paying me, yes. Or you pay taxes, yes, on IRA disbursements, yes, yes. Or you pay the alternative minimum tax because your tax rate exceeds 25% of the taxable income of the other schedule, yes. It's known as alternate minimum tax, yes. Give me the form 6251. Uh-huh. Now, excess and advance premium tax credit repayment tax form 8962. Yeah, yeah. For every sheriff, right? Every Supreme Court justice, yes. Every judge, yeah. All of those that have ran for office or are elected, yes. All the employees of the schools, right? The mandatory reporters. Hmm. You should have never been allowed to pay taxes on any income that you didn't have the taxable right to be able to spend. Oh. Now I'm looking for a few $100 billion today. Yeah. So you get me the employees of the IRS. Ouch. Get me their tax returns. Ouch. You get me those tax agents. Oh. And then I'm going to get out my paperwork. Yeah. Hmm. We're going to go through the forgery of the ex officio Superior Court clerk. Oh. Going through the forgery of Brent Based in the Superior Court clerk. Oh. Going through the civil rights violations of my sons. Ouch. And then I'll probably mention Marilyn and a picture in a Rotary newsletter. Merrill Lee. Yep. Hmm. And then losing all my personal items because of the electricity turned off on me. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sue the IRS for anything and everything that you paid in taxes. Yes. That they did not have the legal right to receive. Oh, because of your obstructions of justice. Oh, so for all 7 million of you, spouses included, yes. Give me the last July 2nd, 2011, September 2019, yeah, last 8 years of taxation payments. Oh, because, well, it looks like the federal government isn't legally allowed to receive your tax payments. When the federal government has refused to enforce the laws of the United States. It's kind of like suing the IRS for all the taxation of all the state and federal employees. Yep. 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 As well as all the employees of the school district. Right. The employees that are known as mandatory reporters. Yeah. Then every judge and justice in the United States. Yeah, that's right. All of those in the Fraternal Order of Police and the Washington State Sheriff and Police. You know, I use your literature to explain to you the obligations. Yes. It's an obligation. If it requires this type of documentation to have prosecuted somebody in law enforcement, oh, you would think that it's a little more than just a traffic citation. Oh, it's a little more than just a 2 count criminal complaint. It's a little more than DMHP. Oh. Now, let me look at my downloads here. Oh. Chapter 3. Oh, UD instruction folder. Nope, it's not there. Enrollment packet, envelope, and it's summons, social media. Yes. Parenting plan. It's nice that the internet is on in here because I can go on my drive right now. Drive. You give me the taxation, yes, of 7 million American citizens, right, that are legally liable for your refusal to enforce the laws, yes, because I'll sue the IRS for all the tax.